Today, I'm going to talk about diffusing verbal criticism. Now, I was going to have someone read this as I went along, but I'll just scan down at it because I don't want to miss all the points. They have some really nice points in here. But in criticism, they say there's two basic ones that they show. There's private, personal, and then there's public. And your public image, of course, all depends on the status you want. And as we all know, in our relationships, we have two faces. Okay, we have a personal one and we have a public one. And we always want everyone else to do it, but sometimes we're not quite as diligent with our relationships. Now, on here they're saying they have about 3 or 4 different techniques. Now, when it comes to criticism, I have this primary thing that says, it is so easy to criticize. You got to think about this. Everything we do, the rest of the universe we don't do. So it's pretty easy finding something. You know, I haven't went to the moon today. So there's always something there. So anytime you ever criticize, it's a pretty easy task. Okay? Now handling it can be done in multiple ways. And they come in here and they show the best one. Well, I think there may be a sort of a best one if it's a stranger. But when it comes to people you're with all the time, what I find is nice is to have a whole bunch of them. So they're never sure which one they're going to get. Because if they know, they're ready for you, right? Or you ever do it when you do it and they come back with a great comment and then you're ready the next time with a comment to the comment? We all do that. Well, their first one they say is withdrawal. If someone criticizes you, you can just turn away, walk away. And they sort of degrade that to the lowest level. And I agree with that. Normally it's one of the last movies, but it's also a wonderful move you haven't done it. You get someone that you always sit up, you might do 1 or 2 techniques, and all of a sudden, you just smile and they'll walk away. Man, that could bug them. So, it's a tool. All of these are tools. Now, the object of criticism, the object of handling this, is what you choose. Now, you can choose, I like to divide it into 2. You can choose being right or winning. Now, a lot of times, being right doesn't win. Any husband or wife will tell you that. Okay? So, winning to me is where you max out the situation for everyone. Okay? And it doesn't mean everyone gets everything they want. It means you max out the situation. And being right means you walk away and you felt good about being right. It doesn't mean no matter what happened to your back when you were walking. So, I look at this thing and I'm going to work with just winning. Okay? I'm going to work with that half. And that's where we're going to emphasize, is winning. Now, withdrawal is a tool, if it hasn't been used before. But I look at all these as different tools. If you think you can win by just walking away, you walk away. Because that's the easiest. Okay, if someone says something and you look and you sort of go like this, you just walk away, I tell you. If it comes up again, then look at another tool. But all these are tools. The next one is they call rationalizing. Then, rationalize. Hey, I got him here, man. I'm going to explain why it really happened. And I missed our anniversary because. Or I missed the kid's birthday because. Or I thought our date was tomorrow night, and I'll explain why. That's rationalizing. And it might work. Just if you hadn't used it. It might work. So all these are tools. So rationalize is a cool one. It's really nice for those situations where you look and you said, I haven't used this one, and I really blew it. And I cried last week. So, so I can use this one. I'll give them reasons why I did it. And you normally do have reasons. Because remember, you're doing something else. And every time you're doing one thing, the rest of the universe you're not doing. Okay? Another tool they use is counterattacking. Now, counterattack, you say, oh, that loses. Not necessarily. In my relation with my lady, I was a very quiet, easygoing person. I say was. In a relationship, because I'd look and I'd say, oh, let's talk about that. And I'd say, let's rationalize this. And I'd be very calm and go. And the more times I was calm, the louder she got. It was like, this isn't working. This isn't working. So one time I said, I'm just going to attack back. I attacked back. She says, finally, you spoke up. It's like, it worked. A counterattack worked. So it is not always the thing you run away from. Remember, the objective for me doing it was to what? To win. And I tried it as a concept in winning. And it worked. Didn't work all the time, but it worked that one time, and it worked a couple other times. So I keep it in my little bag of ways to win than being criticized. The next thing they say is responding non-defensively. Sort of Melba milquetoast. Okay, what we should do is this. I think that's the worst one, but they think it's up on the top. And I don't think you ever win with that. I think you just give someone more ammunition. They listen and they say, oh, I'll get more ammunition on this sucker. So, but sometimes it's just what's needed at the time. Because this person is really angry and being quiet and quite just moves them into a quieter spot. And they have a couple other things. They have acknowledgement, asking questions, paraphrasing, and agreeing with truth. Now those are all, I think, separate from the other tools. Those are just techniques or things that you use when you're working with handling. But I look at it and I say, acknowledging if you're wrong, it's always one. I mean, you're wrong. If you sit and try to get around being wrong, you don't win. You can't. It doesn't happen. And we all know we've tried it, and you all know we've listened to it. It doesn't win. However, if someone says, I really did blow it, okay, then usually most people go in, well, what's the payoff on this thing? But one of the things is if you can move people into a different thought pattern, usually if you can just move them on. My ma's 94. I'll be 95 this year. And whenever she gets upset, we say, Ma, isn't the lake beautiful? We live at a lake cabin, and we've had it since I was born, 70 years. And you go out and you just sit by the lake, and it's a soul place. And you calm down, and my mom goes, yeah, it is. And she'll go off into the sunset thinking about sitting by the lake. And I think acknowledging it, paraphrasing the problem. Okay? But they say, asking questions about how you can solve it. Okay? And just saying, isn't the lake beautiful? Is, I think, the fun ways to win when you want to acquit yourself in a critique. Thank you.